They're having trouble together after Remy Ma cheated on Papoose for months with one of his proteges. It appears that she is finally starting to understand how badly she damaged their relationship. But now that Remy is gone, Papoose's new girlfriend, Clarissa Shields, won't stand by and let them reunite. Remy appears eager to win him back, and Clarissa is not going to make it easy for him. Clarissa's intimacy with Papoose seems to be unsettling to Remy Ma, who isn't your typical Instagram influencer. To get Papoose to come back, she publicly chastised Remy for using dishonest tactics and sending offensive pictures. But what is Remy actually trying to accomplish here? Is she truly trying to rekindle Clarissa and Papoose's romance, or is she just using politics to keep them apart for her own entertainment? We should be honest because she is too beautiful to be acting this way. The relationship between Papoose and Remy lasted for years, and rappers usually have a type. It's possible that she initially took divorce lightly since she believed he would return to her. Her spouse was the same man who had helped her during her entire captivity and had managed to sneak in a skeleton key while she was still being held. If that's not dedication, I'm not sure what it is. However, Remy overplayed her hand. As mentioned before, because of their strong romantic relationship, she believed she could get away with anything as long as Papoose was around. The pivotal moment, however, was when Papoose finally said enough and moved on to Clarissa. At first, we assumed that Papoose and Remy wouldn't want to get into a public relationship so soon after their recent divorce because they were once considered the height of Bollywood black romance. However, he did show that he had moved on by engaging with Clarissa, who isn't your usual rebound. Clarissa Shields is not just another Instagram model. She is one of the world's top female boxers and mixed martial artists. She is unique among boxers, both male and female, having won 4 major world titles in 3 different weight classes. She has also taken home the world titles in the 2, 3, 4, and 5 divisions in the fewest professional bouts. According to ESPN and The Ring, she was the best active female middleweight and the best active female boxer, pound for pound, as of October 2022. She was more successful and younger, too. She made history as the 3rd female boxer to defeat a male opponent in 5 different weight divisions. This annoys Remy because, for once, she can't claim that Papoose downgraded. The fact that Remy has become a well-known celebrity with a prosperous rap career is surprising. But as I've demonstrated, she can't say that Clarissa is a step down. Furthermore, Remy cheated on Papoose, and their romance ended badly.
We're rocking with Sam, Pap and Rim. That's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for black love. We think that some mirrors still had to go to them stages. Every interview, he showed his admiration to tell the world how he think his woman the greatest. They held you down in prison for 6 years.
Papoose got into a fight with Easy and knocked him out since he was so angry, although Remy was unaware of it at the time. She denied the romance for months, claiming that she and Papoose were married and that the reports were false. After clarifying it that he was over Clarissa, Remy went public with her right away, but Papoose chose to honor her by not publicly accusing him of infidelity. But Remy was so angry about their relationship that she exaggerated the situation on social media, which made Clarissa and Papoose's lives more difficult. A planned movie on Clarissa's life, starring Ryan Destiny and other actors, has led many people to believe that she did this on purpose. Because of the movie's success, Remy's timing appeared to have been predetermined. Thus, Clarissa wanted as much positive publicity as possible. Reminiscent of a text message Clarissa had sent to Papoose, "You accept responsibility. You are the married one," Remy published on Instagram. "Even though we can't sleep together in person or over the phone, it should be easy to let me know that you made it home safely or that you fell asleep in the Sprinter." This suggested that Clarissa and Papoose were involved prior to the official divorce of Papoose and Remy. Papoose turned to face Remy, who begged for openness. While visiting Clarissa's house, Papoose allegedly dozed off during a phone conversation. As soon as Remy spoke, he hung up since he was so surprised by her voice. "And this man is supposed to be a boxing world champion," she laughed. "Now that I've told you everything, my love, you're not alone." She also said that Papoose's public relations team was spreading false information about her and presenting him as God's gift. "I begged Pat to stop the story, but he said the best thing to do was to keep quiet," she said. Adding, "I'm tired. He said that your appearance would prevent him from ever sleeping with you. The world will see how resilient you've grown, so don't worry. I saw it all." Hello, Beau. Remy kept posting text messages, and it soon became clear that Clarissa was in a panic, intent on hurting as many people as possible. She contacted Papoose with a flurry of messages after learning that Remy had made her public, stating, "I know you hate internet games, but you need to do something today about this girl. My public relations team will go crazy when they see this," she declared. "This will be too much for me to bear before the film's December 25 release date. Is your second phone still pending?" Remy was far from finished, though. "I don't give a damn about what she said or told," she answered. "I believe you to be foolish, Miss Shields. Following my incarceration, he intended to ruin me with one of his side chicks, the woman who hadn't cheated on him in 17 years. The same woman may have used my position to expose you. While I was abroad, he planned to clamp me down in a sidebar and charge me with penning my fantasies. He even threatened to divulge private information about me." Clarissa seemed to be pleading with Papoose at the very least as she continued to text him. One of Clarissa's texts read, "I'm not happy, but all right, I'm going to stop. I intended to communicate my emotions to you without adding to your already burdensome load. Since you're not listening and I'm tired of talking, I can't even thank you for being honest, even though it's always the wisest course of action. I won't go into detail, but I'm requesting gifts and you can do as you choose," was another way Clarissa implied she didn't consider herself important. "If I say I like flowers and want time to myself, you can be sure I'm hallucinating. I feel stupid as I lie here, unable to feel anything." "Hey, Miss Shields," Remy said, mocking her, "I'm a great woman at being a one-boyfriend, just as I was a one-husband woman. The reason men don't just go and say, 'Oh, and he's never going to buy you anything,' is because they think they are the prize. He does not give, he takes. The luggage is also mine. If you do not wish to have me as your opponent, kindly do not play with me. In fact, I'm not upset, I'm excited." Thereafter, she ridiculed Clarissa. "You look stupid and your partner is a jerk despite your claim that you feel stupid," she replied. The block captain responded, "It's unfortunate that she chose to cheat on him repeatedly as a narcissist. Finally, I've moved on, and she's now playing the victim." He chastised Remy for continuing to feel that way about Papoose despite her many betrayals of him. Papoose has to step in to defend his relationship and himself at some time. "I wanted to sway Chase on social media, not behave like an adult. My 6-year-old daughter had to go to school. Therefore, I would prefer not to participate in the commotion. But as you can see, I stayed silent. I will never get anyone arrested again because you are the one who plays with the police and you are lying, which is easily proven," she announced. Writing in public about historical events merely to make up a story and defend adultery is abhorrent. The subject of Remy's alleged infidelity with his pal Easy the block captain was then brought up. "She kept reaching out to me, trying to convince me to do something because I wouldn't pretend that I hadn't knocked this idiot out." He continued, "When I was at home with my child last Christmas, Remy was present. She is lying now and getting upset, so I've moved on. She's a selfish person. I suggested we get a divorce like adults, but she didn't agree. The last time I saw him, he told me, everyone saw this jerk curled up in the fetal position. I put Remy to bed, and he woke up and was taken home for 4 days. I can see that my haughty ex is delighted to spread misinformation about it with others. When he cheated on my wife after shaking my hand, I knocked him unconscious. What was mentioned was denied by Remy Ma. She pointed out, all you do is lie. And does that look okay in the background? Thereafter, she accused him of trying to force her to pay for a divorce and of having a serious gambling mentality. You constantly find a way to interfere with my child's activities on special days. I begged you for years to go and let us part ways amicably, but you said that the only way you would do so was if the public pressured you to do so. She reprimanded him for attempting to manipulate her appearance as well. I'm not the social media kind, as you can tell from my background. My reputation as a gangster girl was used against me, and they filmed me saying things like, oh, Remy Ma is going to call the police for aid. She's a rat. She's a snitch. Her brother's name is Joe. She tried. You'll stop at nothing to preserve this black love image, she added, but I misspoke. No, don't say anything about the real you. But in front of your friends, family, and even yourself, how many times have you deliberately missiled me while preserving a positive public image? He tried to control her because he was jealous of her achievements, she claimed, that I had started my rap battle league and that I was helping other artists instead of you infuriated you. In fact, you said you would try to destroy it. Even people who were not there are aware of what transpired. Thus, this fake knockout narrative is getting dated. However, as the truth is revealed, You disappear like a nighttime robber in a mask. Remy then asserted that he created stories and spread misleading information about her using his insider connections to counter the media and other rappers. You helped create a public narrative about me by feeding battle rappers and my company false information, all because my security knew you and knew you were broke. She then disclosed serious allegations of domestic violence. In order to keep up appearances, she said Papoose constantly groped her and forced her to accompany him to occasions. Envious of the way others treated me, you had me go to the awards with you and act like everything was fine. Even the police and you worked together to make up a tale about me. Then she mentioned their home in passing. To keep you under control, the staff had to call the police since you and I were fighting in the garage. That's why the pool was never finished. But you omitted that out of convenience. You say that the audio and the film are fake, but you know the reality. But her real irritation seemed to stem from her friendship with Clarissa. We had a long history together and were close friends when Clarissa threw me in the back and dragged my husband to the ground. Thereafter, she posted a screen grab of herself along with the message, "He is Papa's weirdo girlfriend," hoping to make me happy in the new year. And a few days later, she called me to ask for advice on how to show off her figure. The stupidity. She continued by saying, "You feel at ease lying to people because you think you know what I have. I created this monster because, while knowing something wasn't right, I still loved you, Clarissa. You will regret not speaking up, I promise you." Following Remy's accusations, Papoose reacted violently, saying it's unbelievable that a 45-year-old woman is acting like this. Remy reiterated, "You're 29 and I'm not even 45. You're the one behaving the oldest." Papoose then continued to clap. "I'm not trying to be your enemy, but since your man spent the week with this Cali woman, tell him to buy you flowers and gifts instead of ignoring his phone." In her words, Clarissa said that Jimmy had deceived her, not Papoose. "It is not proper to harass me. All you're feeling is sadness and distress, and you're embarrassing yourself. Just relax." Clarissa Shields and Remy Ma will square off on February 2, although she did not publicly challenge Remy Ma. As a joke, she said, "Get your ass in the ring now." Remy declined the challenge despite predictions that Clarissa would be skilled in the ring, most likely because she believed she was one of the greatest. Recently, Clarissa revealed that Remy had been sending Papoose pornographic images in an attempt to win him back, which caused tension to rise. While everyone believed that the chaos had subsided, Clarissa was clearly having fun with Papoose. The fact that he was taking her to games and showing her off made it obvious that the issue was far from resolved. Clarissa did, however, openly confess her love for him.
Yeah, that's why I said I love him. I love having his support, you know what I'm saying? His support is like very, very different from what I've had in the past, and how he speaks to me and stuff is very different. There we go. We deserve each other. But I don't know, it's kind of one of those things I was like, I want to keep him all to myself. I didn't really.
In addition, there are rumors that Papoose is getting ready to pop the question to Clarissa. He had a terrible experience with Remy, but his perspective on love seems to have held steady. Despite his alleged attempts to interfere, Remy seems undeterred in his desire to begin a new connection with Clarissa. According to some, however, Clarissa might not be the greatest friend. If she can convince Papoose to stand by her side no matter what, she is reportedly willing to battle to keep their relationship going. Refer to the video and let us know whether you think Remy is being dishonest by trying to use these photos against them.